Are you a dab hand at managing your customers and maintaining your boundaries? Or do you often get the feeling that you bend over backwards and then you just end up feeling taken advantage of? I want to tell you today about how much your customers actually really appreciate boundaries and how much they like to be managed. We often feel as though if we try to manage our customers too proactively, they will think that we are bossy, or that we've got ideas above our station, or that we're not respecting them as the customer. But actually, by setting things out for the customer really clearly and then actively managing the way you work together, what you're actually doing is being professional, being very well organised, and you're just making life easier for your customers. If you give them really clear deadlines, timescales, pathways, expectations, you actually make their life so much easier. So a really key thing to bear in mind is that your customers love to be managed. So don't shy away from it. But what I'll also do today is give you some little snippets about exactly how you can do this in a professional, organised, fabulous way. So what you really want to do is start right from the beginning. So when you take on board a new client, make sure that you have very clear, they don't have to be complicated, but clear terms and conditions and pricing. All those nitty gritty payment terms, the really simple things you always know that you should agree up front, and maybe you don't always have the time or the systems. So make sure that you're really clear up front about what they're getting, what they're paying, and all of those expectations. Make absolutely certain that your clients remember this, because what very often happens is you'll have a variety of conversations, video calls, emails flying backwards and forwards, and all sorts of different communications before they decide to work with you. Now, you know that throughout all of that, you have clarified exactly how things work. But your customer at this point has received a mountain of information and they don't really remember any of it. So right up front, make sure that you repeat and you clarify exactly what is involved for your customer, because honestly, they don't remember. And don't work on the basis of, well, it's in the contract, because most people don't read a contract, and even after that, if they read it at first, they've forgotten it 2 days later and they never remember where they put it. So just make sure you're really clear about exactly what's involved and make sure you repeat that. Make your boundaries very clear right up front, and that can be simple things like how quickly you respond to communication, what hours you are available and unavailable, how fast you will turn around pieces of work, how much notice you need, how many amendments or different things like that customers can have, what the guidelines are if they want to change a meeting or change a deadline. The more of this that you clarify up front, the more clarity that you're giving to your customers, and you both understand exactly how to make this work. It's professional, it's marvellous. Think about deadlines and expectations. Make all of those super clear to customers, but also explain any consequences. So, for instance, if the customer needs to send you certain things so you can do the next piece of work, make it clear to them when that piece of work is booked in your diary, but also make it clear, I need this from you by Wednesday because I've got you booked in my diary on Friday. If I don't get it from you before Friday, I don't have any other time in my diary until 3 weeks on Wednesday, whatever it is. But actually let them know that there is a consequence of them not getting things to you, and you're creating that perfect understanding and expectation with the client, but you're also removing the likelihood that they're going to send you things through at the last minute and just expect you to change your plans and leap, because they didn't realise there was actually a consequence if they didn't get things to you by a particular date. Think about things like additional requests. Understand what's in your contract, what's included and what's not included. And the first time a customer asks for something that's not included, you need to let them know. You might as a one-off say, well, actually that's outside the terms that we've agreed, or it's outside what you're paying for. I'll do it this time, but next time there will be a cost. So you don't have to come down like a ton of bricks. You don't have to set these massive boundaries and be an ogre. You can manage things in a very kind of friendly, empathetic way. but you're also quite clearly just laying out the boundaries. These are the rules. This is how it all works. And you're doing that in the best interests of both of you. The other crucial thing, of course, is chasing payments. Have a really clear process in place for that. Do not let things drift. Don't educate your customers that it's okay to pay you late. Educate them that you are on the ball and that you will give them a nudge pretty damn quickly as soon as they're late, and you'll find that they will respect that a lot more. So some juicy snippets there about exactly how you can manage your customers rather than have them manage you, because they'd love to do that. If this is exactly the type of thing you know you need much more of in your business, then you probably need to come and have a look at one of my planning days. Just go and have a nosy at the website tailory.co.uk, and you can find all the dates on there for the next planning days coming up, and hopefully I'll see you on one of those soon.